is Arpita Priyadarshini Sahoo. She is a versatile professional with over a year of experience as a software developer at VIS Networks in Bhubaneswar, Odisha. She specializes in Java, AngularJS, JavaScript, and SAS, showcasing her adaptability as both a software and front-end developer. A strong foundation in programming includes C, C++, Java, HTML, data structure, and Python, demonstrating her commitment to the tech industry growth.
Hello everyone. So today we are digging into what is GitHub and basic introduction about GitHub, creating account on GitHub, how to create an account, committing to GitHub, that any code we are going to commit on the GitHub, and branches in GitHub, that these two we are going to say live. So first of all, starting with what is GitHub. Uh, can anyone say that anyone has worked on Git or GitHub before? May I know? Hello.
Yes, it's a code managing software where we can manage our code base and track our records, all the records of our code which we have updated.
Okay, great. So as you can see, I have written there a magic box. Let's open that. Suppose as we have just learned about the Android app. Let's say we have a team of two people, and they are making an Android app together, and they are tracking their record on a notebook called Git notebook, and they work together for the Android application. And we will talk about this part later. And let me tell you what is GitHub, solution for every developer, and why we need GitHub. Every developer can work on a single project just by connecting through the internet across the globe. Takes less time to collaborate, super easy to track and each other's work. So why I am taking this before this? So here you can see in the picture, two people are together and they are collaborating for the application at the single place. But with GitHub, we can connect to internet, and where no matter where we are in the globe, we can collaborate or we can connect. That makes sense, right? So Git versus GitHub. How Git is related to GitHub? So Git, this is the basic high level introduction about Git and GitHub. So Git, it has first developed in the 2005. It is installed and maintained in a local system like any other apps from the Play Store. We can say WhatsApp or Instagram from the Play Store. It is installed and maintained in your local system. One thing that really sets Git apart is its branching model. What is branching? We will talk about it later. So coming to GitHub, GitHub is designed as a Git repository hosting service. That means uh, a Git repository already has hosted in the cloud, and Git has provided that service that we can host our project in the cloud. GitHub is a completely cloud-based system. You can share your code with other, giving them the power to make revision or edit. I know this might be a little confused, so let's understand it more clearly. Here, life without GitHub. So, as we have learned, let's say we have an Android app developed in our system, our local system or repository. Then we can track our changes, right? What we have built in our application, we can track that changes. We can add new features to our application, that add any other button or add any input field. We can remove any unnecessary code that we don't want in our application, or we can make and duplicate. And all this we can do in ourselves because the application we have made, it is in our local system. What is life with GitHub? Let's say we uploaded the file or the project we have built to the GitHub. Then we can merge, we can share our project with our friends, merge with friends, new idea, more good to develop. We can track progress of our group, build bigger project with less time. With GitHub, we can do this. This is good idea, right? So here, before getting late, we are going to add a GitHub repository. So please everyone, yeah, notice here, it is the link for GitHub. You can search for github.com. You can find it easily. And for creating account, we need Gmail ID, and that should be professional, right? Any other, uh, let's say, for example, my name Arpita Pokemon, that is not acceptable. That is not professional. Okay, so please use your original Gmail ID for because you are going to work on that forever. And the signing in process are same as other. So you can see here is my GitHub account. Here it is the dashboard of GitHub. In this dashboard, in the overview tab, user can see all about their commits. I have made this. I will talk about it later. And all their commits, all their report, their contribution, and the times of how many times the user have committed to a single project, all are recorded here. As I said, Git tracks are record of project. So here the search bar to search any user or your repository. Here is the plus icon. You can see the new repository, import repository, code space, new, anything. Here the issues, any issues about Git you can post here. Pull request. This pull request about merging, and we'll talk about it when we are going to learn branches. And yes, this is your account. And yep, so we are going to do a new repository. Here you can see in my GitHub profile, I have clicked the new repository and create a new repository heading. A repository contains all the project files, as you can see, required fields, and the owner is my username. What I have given this username while creating the GitHub account, and you can see the hint. Great repository names are short and memorable, need inspiration. Okay, so let's say we are going to host a Android application. So let's say we can name it picture. Okay, so this is the thing. It will say chit-chat is available, means we can create a repository in the name of chit-chat. If this is not available, here the error will show this is not available. So description, here description says that a small description about your application. Here we can say this is the application. This is the, you can say, chatting application. Here the public or private repository. Public means anyone can access your repo, or anyone can see your code or anything. But the private repository means you choose who can see your commit to to this repository. Here we were going to do this public, as I want everyone to contribute to this. And here initialize the repository with a readme file. So we will click it yes, and it says all about your repository, what you have used, what the processes you have made, what you have used node modules or not. Any application we use node modules. I guess some of you have familiar to node modules. So here the complete description of your application. Add .git ignore. This is the tricky thing. .git ignore is a file that stays in our project while we commit it to or push it to GitHub. While committing to GitHub, if we use node module, there are some many such files that we want to ignore while uploading or downloading from the GitHub, that saves our memory and saves our data as well. So in this git ignore file, we can add those file names that Git completely ignores that while uploading and downloading. So here and here this will set main, and we will talk about it in the main while we are learning branches. So create repository, and here our repository is ready, chit chat, and this is the chatting application as I have written in the description. Okay, so yeah. So you can see stages of Git. While working on Git, we have 4 stages. While working on a local system, we have 4 stages, but we are now talking about how to work on GitHub website itself. So we will see what these are doing. Okay. So here I have committed the first initial commit. You can see I have committed the first thing, that is this is chit-chat application. If I do here, I have prepared some code, and I am copy pasting it. Here I have made some changes that we had this much only, these 2 lines, but I have copy pasted or added these much lines, and here it's showing commit changes. That means commit changes, and here the default commit message. Whenever we are going to commit or push any code to GitHub, we have to give some message to GitHub that no, we have to give some message to GitHub or for our reference that this is the commit. Here we can delete that, and let's say what added HTML file. This is the extended description. If you want to specify more about your changes or something, you can do that here. This commit changes, you can see here all my changes that I have made, the HTML code here is showing that, and we can see in the history that we have 2 commits. The first commit is 2 minutes ago, and the second commit is now. So the second in this here you can see the commit history. You can see in the second. Okay. So we are going to our repository, and here This is the commit we are talking about, and we will say what is the stages. Here you can see there is 4 stages of Git, that is untracked stage, state, committed stage, and modified stage. Working directory on track stage by Git. Let's say we have that I show you. I have a HTML code in my sticky note that Git has no idea about. That I can say that is my working directory or on track by Git. So when I pasted it to the my README file, that tracked by Git. Git knows that this is the changes the user have made, and when I save it, this staging area means when I save it, Git knows that this is the final code. This is the final code. It will be hosting in the GitHub and local repository by git commit, and it will push to the remote repository. Well, this is a bit confused, I guess. So let me call it again. So these the top things you can see. This is git init, git add, git commit, and git push. These are the command which helps us to uh, to push our code to the remote repository, that is GitHub. Let's say we have an HTML code in our VS Code or in our local repository that Git does not know that there is a repository or there is a code in a local system. After this command git init, we let Git track our record or track our code in that we say Git, please track our record or please give us the update what is changing or what's not. After that, sorry, after that we we are for the pushing the code first, the thing, uh, anything you are doing from the finalize the thing, that last stage of finalizing you do, right? Let's check any everything is correct or not. That thing is staging area. After git add, when after git add, the code is in staging area, or the file or the project is in staging area. This is the last part. We can change anything. The last final part, we can change something or anything. After that, then we know that yes, our application is good, our code is good, it is ready to push to the GitHub. Then we can run the command GitHub. This is I am talking about GitHub, Git repository. We are you have seen that how easily we have created an repo, or we committed an or committed an code or anything in GitHub. But this is I am talking about Git. So these commands are important for Git. So after staging area, or the after last final stage, we are going to run this command, that is git commit. And after git commit, this the file or the project is in final stage. You cannot change it. This is in final stage, and this is still in your local repository if you run this command. Okay, so uh, this is still in your local repository. After that, for the for hosting it, and it in our GitHub repository or in our GitHub account, or letting people the way to edit or give solution to us for our project or anything, we need to run the command, that is git push. That you have seen, I have do this thing. Let me do again. In git push, what is happened? I am choosing this line and copy pasting it. So choosing this line and copy pasting it, this thing says there is a changes, and as I said, Git is tracking our record, and here commit changes. So we are saying this while Git push, we are doing this. We have just say we have said Git that push our code to GitHub, and internally this code is running. Okay, in GitHub this is so easy, but internally this code is running. So here, while pushing, Git asks you for any message or any reference for yourself. Added and other H1 line. Here the little message for my reference, and I am committing changes. As you can see here, git commit, git push. As I'm committing the changes, here another line is ready. Okay. So now we can see what is branching. What is branching? Branching is like creating separate copy of your project so you can work on features or make changes without affecting the main version. So if we have this application, let's say this is the application, we have this, let's say we want to change this line or this line, and uh, without affecting the main. We don't want to affect the main repository, but we want to make changes uh, for watching. Let's see what happens if we do this. Okay, that that feature Git gives us, and here if I have said that we are going to see the main repository about that all later. Here all the code, all the repository you are going to create, no, the initial repository or initial branch is main. Any single project and any single thing, here it will store in the main branch, and here it is saying find or create any branch. We are going to create branch 1, and here create branch 1 from main, and we will click on this. Okay, so here it is showing we are in main branch, and we have the exact copy of the main branch without affecting the uh, previous, the main branch or the main folder. Without affecting that, we have the copy of the same repository. If I want to, let's say I don't like this, and I don't like this as well. Let's say a paragraph tag. Let's say we will say, yeah, this is an fun event and we like it very much. So here I deleted the files and I added this as a reference. Let's say what happens after adding this. So as previous, it is so commit changes. Yes, I want to commit this is as commit message or as reference. I can say this is branch 1 editing files, editing lines, we can say. Yeah. So commit changes. This is in anyone saying anything? Hello. Okay. So this is branch 1, and as we have created, this is the main branch, our previous repository, and this is a branch 1 from that main, and we have changed this line in this branch. Okay, we can see the main branch here. Still our previous code is here, but in branch 1 that we have just created uh, is the second that we need to see the changes about. And you can see, as I said, the main branch or the master branch. Here we have first pushed our code or our files to the main branch. The branch 1, let's say we have created the branch 1. There is a sophisticated word in corporate, that is bug fix, or we can say the error, removing the error we have made in our project or file. Okay, so this is the main branch we have created first in our repository, and this is the let's say this is any branch, or yeah, this is any branch. We are going to remove our errors and and this is another branch. Branch 2 is another branch that we have just made a branch 1 to add any other feature or any other style or anything, to see how it looks. Okay, so here we did this, and as you can see, the lines are straight. Okay, so here is the branch and here is the branch, but all the lines are colliding with the master or the main branch. How you can see, uh, everything you make changes in your repository na, you can merge them, to the master branch, or the if I do this, I have to merge it to the master branch for hosting, or for hosting, or the working, or the main repository should be my main branch. That for that I want to merge it to the master branch, or I want to mix the code together to the better result. For that, here I have said about the issues action project, we will talk about it later. Here the pull request. In the pull request we can merge the code. Here it is showing compare pull request, compare main and branch 1, you can see. And the best part of GitHub, it shows if there is conflict, it shows able to merge, if we can able to merge. So here the default lines, let it be, and create pull request. After create pull request, git showing checking, and this branch has no conflict with the base branch. Base branch means our main branch, and this is our branch 1, and this has no conflict, as we can merge. So merge pull request and confirm merge the branch 1. Let's say I did that. Merging the chat with branch 1. Let's say for better understanding, here I can say the main branch is a person. The two person were working, I have showed you now. The two person was working. The first branch or the main branch is a person, and the branch 1 is the another person. The branch 1, in the branch 1, the person has made some changes, and the second person said that let me change something on this code or this design part, and let's merge. So this is going to happen. They are merging the code, and After clicking on confirm merge, pull request successfully merged and closed. After that, you can delete this branch. As we can, as I have said, the main branch is the hosting branch. After the work is over, work is done. This is so you can delete the branches. Okay. So here in the application, if I'm going to chit chat, so here the chit chat application, and we have merged it. So here it is merged, and our application, let's say our application is ready. Here what we have added in the branch one is here. So yes, that was a little over level introduction about GitHub.